Connecticut. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Syracuse Orange and the Connecticut Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sidelines. Holly?
I caught up with the Orange head coach before the game. One of the things Coach talked to me about before the game was just how important it is to get back on track. This team is on a losing streak here, but they know they are better than what their record shows. He said if we can get out to an early start, set the tone, we are going to be just fine. He's challenged his team to focus better and communicate early in this ballgame. I'll let you know how it looks from down here on the field. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Huskies offense will get first crack at it today. These two teams don't exactly love each other, and man, did they trade blows back and forth the last time they met.
Yeah, Reese, don't love each other is an understatement. They severely dislike each other, and that's how it should be. And last game, man, it was back and forth, back and forth. You didn't know who was going to win. Who's mentally prepared for this ball game? Who can handle the emotions, Palmer, early to start this game?
Yeah, that's the great thing about rivalry games like this. When these two teams play each other, it's like two heavyweight fighters trading haymakers, and ultimately it comes down to which guy, which team is standing last.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Ready? Blue 22.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Reeder. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The give to the back. He's got enough. Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Huskies getting set on 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. There's some room. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. And the Huskies look to keep this drive humming. Throwing Simmons. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Long way to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Reeder. And after that last play, there is a Husky who has yet to get up. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. Right at the line. They make the tackle, but they'll move the chains, and it's a first down for UConn.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. UConn quick to the line. Gives it. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone. The Huskies pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Simmons. Keeping his eyes downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he's in! Touchdown, Huskies!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. So Syracuse's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. Juwan Johnson. He is a steady, reliable, consistent force in this attack.
Man, this is going to be so much fun. The irresistible force versus the immovable object, right? Like this running game, this is what they do. They pride themselves, one of the absolute best running backs in the country, Palmer. But this defense, they don't take a back seat to many. They stop the run. They're physical. This will be awesome.
And they play like a unit, too, on defense. All 11 guys playing as one, and they pride themselves on stopping the run and being the more physical side and owning the line of scrimmage. And they've talked about this all week. We've got to get multiple players to the ball, gang tackle this guy. What a challenge for this defense going up against simply one of the best in college football.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
You know, there are a lot of coaches out there who believe bye weeks sometimes can take away your rhythm, and that might be the case with this offense right now. They just don't seem to be clicking in the passing game.
Syracuse will send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes a move. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The UConn offense goes back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Simmons to throw. Here comes the heat. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. Still third down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Making the adjustment on the play. From the gun on third down, Simmons. Makes the grab. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's fourth down. Will they bring out the punt team? UConn will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Trying to make one miss. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He'll throw it. Got his man down the middle. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Johnson. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive points.
And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged out, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Pushes ahead. They make the tackle, but UConn has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, running back on the move. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Throwing Simmons. Touchdown Huskies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. The Syracuse offense makes its way onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looking to throw, it's Odom. Oh, pressure's coming. He's sacked. This defense all over him. Syracuse will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Making his first move. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Austin Simmons, a play fake. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They've built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they needed.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the return. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. The Orange ready to go on the attack on this drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Stop right there.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Back to pass. It's Odom. Rush is on. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. Now, after the interception, there is a man who's still down on the field. That is their junior defensive end, and they hope he's just rattled momentarily. Holly Rowe will update his condition in a bit. Hits inside. It's Reeder. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Making the adjustment. To the ground. He's got it again. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The run inside. It's Reeder. And he's brought down after a short gain. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Trying to make magic with his feet. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down. UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Simmons fires to the tight end. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Orange calling for a timeout. It's their first. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. Back to throw, it's Simmons. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Simmons on the play fake. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Husky. Fit it in. For the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Man, diving catches always look sweet, but they look even sweeter when it's for a touchdown. That's shades of Desmond Howard back in the day, winning a Heisman Trophy and making catches against Notre Dame. That was unbelievable.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Huskies! Fence gets it done with that huge interception return. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is great.
Caught, and he's got room. He's at the 40. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should get...
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front seven. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. Absolutely perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 9 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Bulldogs on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates, and while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game at the Rent. This running back is enjoying one very productive day. He's the bell cow for this team. They are not afraid to give him the ball, and he's a big reason why they're 2 quarters from a win. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
The Connecticut head coach told me at the half, their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the third quarter. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Wants to throw. It's Odom. Left side, it's Meyer. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Syracuse might take a shot here on second and short. Quick give. It's Johnson. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll ride the hot hand. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. They'll give it to Johnson. Tease and alley. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out wide right, it's Russell. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Look out! Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, he has to throw for it. They go to the wide receiver screen. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Never a doubt.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And here comes the Connecticut offense ready to go to work. Quick toss. There he goes. The 50. And he's brought down, and he just about took it all the way. How about the timing on the pitch from this quarterback on the option? Rush right in his face. A little release to the back. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. A costly holding penalty backs him up. It's 1st and 20. Under pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Send the tight end in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. They get him stopped, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Syracuse offense makes its way onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
The handoff to Johnson. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Dropping back, it's Odom. They're all over him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Orange will have to punt. Looking for room. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. UConn going back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. They give it back to him. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. The Huskies line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll pull it down and run. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the 1st down. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39.
And that's the extra feel you get with this dude. I mean, unbelievable job dropping back to pass, but understanding 3rd down.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on! And they swarm him under. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
The give on 4th. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs. Bunch formation for these receivers. Running inside, it's Johnson. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. To the air, it's Odom. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Here comes the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires left. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just keeps slinging it. Oh, pressure's coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Caught. And he's dragged down. They'll mark it at the 19. Into the red zone. It'll be first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Right side, it's Myers. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Powers inside. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last fourth down.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Play callers love it offensively when you can run the football when the other team knows you're going to do it. That is called imposing your will. And here in the fourth quarter with the lead, very first play of the drive, you break off a nice run. He might just call the exact same play right again here.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away.
Makes the catch, and he's free. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. This UConn offense really has it going. Motion from the wideout.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Out wide right, it's Mays. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And the Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. The give and tick, 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 tick. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Orange ready to go on the attack on this drive. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Man, too little, too late. Where was this earlier in the game?
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on fourth down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Rushes on. And it's a sack.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Third and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a fourth down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. One more play to pad the stats. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.